My office crush was finally flirting back. One night, we stayed late, and he leaned in to kiss me. Just as our lips touched, a voice shouted, "Wow, so this is what you do after work?" I turned around, and saw his pregnant wife standing in the doorway. He dropped his coffee, she pulled out her phone, and I realized I had just made the biggest mistake of my life. I work in marketing for a tech firm based in Chicago, in one of those glass buildings off Wacker Drive. I've been at this job for over 6 years now, and for the most part, it's the kind of office where people keep to themselves, not in elevators, and pretend not to hear your phone ringing during lunch. I'm 36. Divorced. No kids. I'm not someone people usually notice. I keep my head down, do my work, and go home. That's my rhythm. I've gotten used to being alone. But there was this one guy. Daniel. He worked in IT. Late 30s, early 40s. Wore button-ups, sleeves rolled to the elbow. Kind of scruffy, kind of polished. One of those people who always knew where to stand during meetings so the light hit them right. Always calm. Always knew how to fix things. I don't even remember when I first started liking him. Maybe it was the way he held eye contact a little too long in conference calls, or the way he said my name like it was a secret. We started talking more about a year ago. Random things. Slack messages during slow hours. He'd come over to my desk when he needed to reset the modem, even though he could have done it from his office. I'd see him looking over from across the floor during team meetings. It was small stuff. But it added up. At some point, I caught feelings. I didn't plan on it. It just happened. I convinced myself it was harmless. He wore a ring sometimes, but other times he didn't. I asked around quietly. People said he was having issues at home. Separated, possibly. Complicated, they said. He never talked about his wife. Never mentioned kids. One day I just asked. He told me, "It's messy. We're technically still married, but we're living separate lives. It's not real anymore." I should have stopped there. But I didn't. We had a product launch coming up, and I had to stay late to finish the campaign deck. Everyone else had left. It was just me and the cleaning crew. Around 7:45 p.m., Daniel messaged me, "You still in the office?" I said yeah. He showed up 10 minutes later with coffee. "Thought you might need this," he said. Also, the server was acting up. He sat on the other side of my desk. We talked about nothing and everything. Music. How we both hated the open office layout. I laughed too much. He looked at me like I was the only person on earth. Then the silence came. The kind that fills the room when you both know what's about to happen. He leaned in. I leaned in. Our lips touched. And then, wow. "So this is what you do after work?" A voice, sharp, angry, loud, cut through the silence like a knife. I pulled back fast. Daniel jumped up like he'd been electrocuted. At the door was a woman. Not just a woman. A very pregnant woman. Maybe 5 or 6 months along. Belly round under a coat that wasn't zipped up. Hair pulled back. Face flushed. And in her hand, a phone, recording. "Go on," she said, waving her phone. "Say hi to your coworker. Your late-night work emergency. The one you told me not to worry about." Daniel stammered. "Babe, please, listen, no. No more lies." Her voice cracked. "You told me you were working late. I brought you dinner. I brought you your stupid vitamins." I couldn't speak. I just stood there like an idiot, mouth open, heart racing, face burning. She looked straight at me. "You knew, didn't you? You knew about me. You just didn't care." I managed to whisper, "He told me you were separated." "Really?" She laughed, bitter. "He told you that? Did he also tell you we just had an ultrasound last week? That he was holding my hand in the exam room?" She started crying. Not sobbing. Just angry, quiet crying. Daniel said nothing. Nothing. She stared at him one last time, turned around, and left. He chased after her. The next morning, the entire office was whispering. I found out why around 10:15 a.m. A junior assistant came to me and said, "You should check Slack." She looked like she'd seen a ghost. Someone, I'm guessing her, uploaded the video to the anonymous tip channel. The company said it was for reporting harassment or policy violations. Instead, it turned into the gossip channel from hell. The video. Me. Him. The kiss. Her voice. All of it. It was 58 seconds long and got passed around like candy. By lunch, everyone had seen it. The glances. The half-smiles. The whispers in the hallway. HR called me in at 2 p.m. "We're aware of a situation involving inappropriate workplace conduct," they said. "It's been a few months." I left the company quietly. Started freelancing from my sister's place in Evanston. I haven't spoken to Daniel since that night. He texted me once, "I'm sorry. I never meant for it to happen like this." I never replied. People ask why I didn't fight back. Why I didn't explain myself. But what was I supposed to say? I kissed someone's husband. I got caught. His pregnant wife saw everything. There's no way to spin that and look like a good person. The worst part isn't the job or the whispers or even the video. It's the shame. That I ignored the signs. That I wanted to believe someone was finally choosing me, even if the timing was wrong. I wanted to feel loved. Seen. And I let that feeling drown out all the logic, all the common sense. And now I live with it. About 3 weeks after I left the company, I got an email. Not from Daniel. From her. Subject line, "We need to talk." My stomach dropped. At first, I thought it was fake. But it came from a Gmail address with her full name. I recognized it from her LinkedIn profile. I hovered over it for 10 minutes before opening it. "You probably hate me. I wouldn't blame you. But I need to understand what happened. I need the truth. If you have a minute, please call me. I won't scream. I just need closure. Amanda." I stared at the screen. My heart was pounding. I felt nauseous. Part of me wanted to ignore it. But another part felt like I owed her. So I called. Her voice was calmer than I expected. "I'm not calling to fight," she said. "I just want to know what he told you. What lies he fed you." I told her everything. From the late-night Slack messages to the way he claimed they were separated, to the coffee, the flirting, all of it. I didn't sugarcoat anything. She was quiet for a while. Then she laughed. "God," she said. "You're not the first." That hit me like a punch to the chest. He did this 2 years ago. With someone from HR. Back then I was stupid enough to forgive him. Told myself it was just stress. That it would pass. Her voice cracked. I thought maybe this baby would fix things. But clearly, nothing ever fixes him. I didn't know what to say. I just listened. Then she dropped the bomb. "I'm keeping the baby. But I'm filing for divorce. And you should know, he's not done. He's saying it was all your idea. That you seduced him. That you knew he was married." I froze. "What?" She sighed. "He's telling everyone you were obsessed with him. That you wouldn't leave him alone." I sat down, hard. My legs were shaking. "He's trying to make you the villain," she added. Typical Daniel. Always the victim. That same week, I got a LinkedIn message from someone I used to work with, Sasha, from accounting. "Hey, just checking in. A few people here are still talking about you. Daniel's story is spreading fast. Says you chased him, not the other way around." I wanted to throw my laptop out the window. I thought leaving the job meant leaving the mess behind. But Daniel was still out there, twisting everything. Protecting himself. I decided to log into a fake LinkedIn account and check his profile. It was back up. His new job? A cybersecurity consultant at a small startup in Naperville. And guess what was in his bio? Former senior IT lead with experience handling high-pressure work environments, including resolving internal HR conflicts with discretion and integrity. Discretion and integrity. I wanted to scream. About a week after that, I got a plain white envelope in the mail. No return address. No name. Just my first name, handwritten in blue ink. Inside was a photo. Printed. Of me. At my sister's place. Walking out to get the mail. Same jacket. Same slippers. I checked the back of the photo. Nothing. No note. No writing. Just the image. I called my sister. She hadn't seen anything weird. No strange cars. No deliveries. Was it him? Was it Amanda? Someone from the office? Was it just some creep? I didn't know what to think. But I locked all the doors. I changed my phone number. Started sleeping with the bedroom light on. A new number. No name. No context. You ruined everything. That's all it said. I didn't respond. I just stared at it until my eyes hurt. I thought it might be Amanda. Maybe she snapped. Maybe she changed her mind and decided I was to blame. But a few days later, another text came through, you should have stayed away from him. But you couldn't help yourself. Now I knew it wasn't her. Because attached to that text was another photo. Of Daniel. At a gas station. With a woman. Not Amanda. Not me. A different woman entirely. And they were laughing. After I got the photo of Daniel with another woman, I waited. I told myself I wouldn't react. Wouldn't feed the fire. But I couldn't let it go. Something was off. The pictures, the texts, the timing, it all felt too deliberate. Like someone was trying to stir the pot. Or scare me. Or both. Someone else? I don't think it's him, she said. He's not that smart. Or careful. But his brother, maybe. Brother? I didn't even know he had a brother. Jason, she said. Lives in Wisconsin. Doesn't talk much. But he's always had Daniel's back. He's intense. Protective. She paused. And creepy. Now I had a new name, a new problem, and a sick feeling growing in my stomach. Why would his brother care? Why would he be sending me pictures? Or Amanda? Unless he thought we were both threats. I didn't have a lot to go on, but I googled Jason, Daniel's last name, Wisconsin. There were only a few hits. One old Facebook page, locked down tight. A property record tied to an address in Kenosha. And one weird forum post on some conspiracy board, years old, about a man named Jason, last name, who stalked his ex's new boyfriend. That was all I could find. Until I got an email. From a burner address, Norplytrack001 at maildrop. No body text. Just a subject line, you never really knew him. Attached was a zip file. I didn't open it. Instead, I forwarded it to Amanda. She replied an hour later. I opened it. It's all screenshots. Of his emails. To her. The woman in the gas station photo. So not only was Daniel cheating on his pregnant wife, not only was he lying to me, he was also involved with a third woman. And those emails? Explicit. Romantic. Dated months before he ever kissed me. That meant I was never the only one. Not the first. Not the second. Maybe not even the third. And that meant the real question wasn't who Daniel had lied to, it was who hadn't he lied to? She called me later that night. Her voice was different. Cold. Focused. I checked Daniel's old messages. A few were still there in cached threads. Most were boring, tech questions, lunch schedules. But then I found one message. In a private thread. It was sent to another employee from months ago. Before any of this. She's vulnerable. Give it time. I'll get her on my side. A test? A game? What if Amanda was, too? What if this is what he does? She called me. Said, you're going to want to hear this. And now she's on her way over. She's bringing the files. And apparently, what they found about Daniel's past is not what either of us expected. Amanda showed up around 7 p.m. with a folder in her hand and a fire in her eyes. She didn't even sit down at first. Just paced my living room like she was walking out of her own skin. The investigator found things, she said. Not just the cheating. It's worse. She dropped the folder on the table. I opened it. There were photos. Names. Legal documents. Restraining orders. Daniel had a history. Not a criminal record, but close. One woman filed for a restraining order against him in 2016, in Madison. Said he showed up outside her workplace, left gifts on her windshield, hacked into her email. Another had filed a harassment complaint at his old company in Milwaukee. Both were co-workers. Both described the same pattern, he'd charm them. Get close. Claim to be in a complicated marriage. Manipulate their emotions. Make them feel special. Then pull away, cold and cruel. Then gaslight them into thinking they were the problem. Amanda sat down across from me and whispered, he's done this before. And you and I? We're not exceptions. We're just chapters. I couldn't breathe for a second. She looked at me. You didn't ruin my marriage. He did. But I need him to see it. To say it out loud. Amanda reached out to him. Said she wanted to meet. Just to talk, she told him. About the baby. He agreed. We chose a public place. A little restaurant off Belmont in Lakeview. It had outdoor seating. Plenty of people. Less chance for drama. We didn't tell him I'd be there. I kept it short. You lied to me. About everything. And now we know you've done this before. He laughed. Actually laughed. You're digging through my past now? I opened the folder. Showed him the report. You recognize her? I asked, pointing to the woman from 2016. His smile dropped. Amanda leaned forward. Tell me the truth. Just once. Were you ever going to stop? Or were you planning to juggle all of us until something snapped? He stood up. This is insane. You're both just bitter because it didn't work out the way you wanted. Amanda stood up too. No, she said. I'm just finally seeing you clearly. He looked at me. And you? You think you're innocent in all this? I didn't answer. I nodded, tears falling down my face. I thought I mattered. People around us were watching. Whispering. One woman walked over and asked if we were okay. We weren't. Not even close. Amanda said, I'm done. He doesn't get any more of me. And I believed her. He went silent. No texts. No calls. His number disappeared off WhatsApp. Someone at his new job in Naperville told Sasha from accounting that he resigned unexpectedly. I never found out where he went after that. Amanda didn't either. We stayed in touch. She had the baby 2 months later. A little girl. I wasn't there, but she sent me a photo. Said she named her Mia. Because it means mine, she wrote. And she'll never be anyone's pawn. It took a long time to start feeling okay again. The shame doesn't vanish. The betrayal doesn't fade overnight. Sometimes I still wake up remembering the kiss, the look on Amanda's face, the way he twisted everything. I went back to therapy. Started journaling again. Moved out of my sister's place. Got a new job in a small firm in Hyde Park, no drama, no corporate games. Sometimes, I think about messaging him. Asking why. But then I remember, there's no answer he could give that would fix anything. If someone says it's complicated, walk away. If your gut says something feels wrong, listen. And if a man makes you feel like you're the only one in the room, check who else he's texting. I'm still healing. Still untangling the lies from the memories. I'm not sure if I'll ever fully trust someone again. But I know one thing now, I'd rather be alone than fooled. And that's enough, for now. It wasn't over. Amanda and I thought we were done with Daniel. We thought confronting him in public would be the end of it. We were wrong. 3 weeks after he disappeared, Amanda's lawyer got a call from a woman claiming to be his fiancé. Yes. Fiancé. Not Amanda. Not the woman from the gas station. A new woman. Different name. Different state. She was from Minneapolis. Her name was Lauren. She said she was about to marry Daniel. They'd been together a year. She found Amanda's number after going through his old tablet. She saw texts, names, photos, a whole hidden folder named Archives. Lauren didn't yell. She didn't threaten. She just said, I think you and I need to talk. Amanda called me immediately. He's marrying someone else. While I'm still pregnant. And while telling me we should try co-parenting peacefully. I didn't say anything. I couldn't. Something broke in me. We arranged a video call with Lauren. She showed us screenshots. Emails. Pictures. A ring. I watched from across the room. It was at a neutral co-working space in a cafe in Milwaukee, halfway for everyone. Amanda slammed the printed screenshots on the table. You're done. This ends today. Daniel just stood there, lips tight, arms crossed. This is ridiculous, he muttered. You've all misunderstood. Then, slowly, he smiled. And that smile made me feel cold all over. You wanted attention, he said. All of you. That's why you're here. Amanda's face went red. I trusted you with my life. You followed me, Lauren added. Planned a wedding. Bought a house in my name. Daniel shrugged. You all played your parts. Don't act shocked. He tried to leave. But this time, he didn't make it out clean. Because sitting near the back of the cafe was the private investigator. And next to him? A reporter. Amanda had called in a favor. The reporter stood, holding a recorder. Would you like to comment on the allegations made by multiple women of psychological manipulation, financial deceit, and false identity? Daniel turned pale. He pushed past the chairs and stormed out, knocking a tray of mugs to the ground. Glass shattered. The whole cafe went silent. Amanda sat down and cried. Not loud. Just the quiet, exhausted kind of crying that sounds like breathing with a broken heart. Lauren stared at the door, frozen. I felt empty. The investigator turned to us and said, "We got everything on tape." He can't say he didn't know. The reporter nodded. This story's going to get attention. Maybe not on the front page. But enough to warn others. We sat there in silence. 3 women who had nothing in common but the same man and the same pain. Daniel disappeared again. Deleted everything. The article ran online. A few local stations picked it up. More women came forward. From his college days. From past jobs. Amanda filed for full custody and changed her number. Lauren moved back in with her parents. I changed cities. I was lied to. Carefully. Slowly. Repeatedly. That's not on me. And Amanda? She's doing better. The baby's healthy. She named her Mia after all. We talk once in a while. Trauma doesn't make people friends. But it makes us, something close. Lauren? She sent me a card last month. Just a little note, we got out. That's what matters. People always think cheating is just a kiss. Or a lie. Or a moment of weakness. But it's not. Cheating is about power. Control. Ego. It's about someone looking at you and thinking you're disposable. And when it happens? It doesn't just break your heart. It breaks the way you look at yourself. I don't know if I'll ever fully trust again. But I know now what not to ignore. I know what silence sounds like. I know what manipulation feels like. And I know what it means when someone only tells you half the truth. I'm still scared. But I'm also free. And for now? That's enough.